Hey y'all, it's Jennifer. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to share with you guys what we ate for dinner this past week. If you are new here, I would love to say hello and welcome to you. I'm so happy that you stopped by. I post grocery hauls, meal planning videos, and now cook with me videos on my channel every week. I would love it if you would consider subscribing down below. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so YouTube will notify you every time I upload a video. So like I said, today we are going to do a cook with me video. Y'all, I don't have a fancy kitchen or fancy cookware, so please don't judge me. My food still tastes pretty darn delicious if I have to say so myself. So if you like cooking videos like this one that I'm about to show you guys, go ahead and give me a thumbs up below. Leave me a comment if you want to. All right, so let's get into this video. You want to? Alright you guys, so the first dinner that I have to share with you guys is a Lowcountry bowl recipe that I have adapted to make like an easy weeknight meal. Also, there's no crawfish, so if you make yours with crawfish, remember, don't eat the straight ones. Shout out to my neighbor who's from Louisiana. So first off, you will need a corn on the cob, fresh or frozen, some sort of sausage. I usually use the butterball turkey sausage seen here, shrimp, medium or large, and I usually do raw because everything else has to cook, and so why not? Red potatoes, butter, olive oil, Old Bay, garlic powder, salt, pepper, and non-stick spray. Also, go ahead and tear off your tinfoil to make your little packets. You have that all ready. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going ahead and get the shrimp thawing out here. So the instructions say to run the shrimp under cold water for about 7 minutes. So while the shrimp is thawing, I'm going to go ahead and rinse and prepare everything else. So, all right, let's get these potatoes rinsed up real quick. And then now we are going to go ahead and give them a good cutting. You want to make them into nice bite-sized pieces. That way they don't take as long to cook, because this is a pretty quick meal to fix. Alright, so now for the corn. I usually like to use fresh corn, but tonight I had frozen because fresh corn's really not in season right now. So I am going to go ahead and try to cut them down into smaller pieces. And as you will see, these things are going to whip my butt here in just 1 second. Frozen corn doesn't cut. It just don't. Yeah. That's how I feel right now. Alright, so next we're going to go ahead and get our sausage, and we're going to cut it into like coin sizes. Alright, so I don't leave the tails on my shrimps. You can if you like, if that's what you choose to do, but I'm going to go ahead and pull the tails off of my shrimp. And by the way, I hate touching any kind of raw fish. Yuck. Ugh. Alright, so now we're going to add the shrimp to everything else, and then it's time for spices. So we're going to do 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and I usually just eyeball this. and 1 tablespoon of Old Bay, again eyeballing it, a half a teaspoon to 1 teaspoon of garlic, and finally some salt and pepper. You can make this spicier if you desire. I have also tried like the Tony Cashier's more spice in this, but my family just hollers at me if I make it too spicy. So, all right, it's time to mix it up. So I'm gonna try not to throw this stuff all over the place. Looking good. Yeah. All right, go ahead and get your foil out and lay it out, and then get your spray and go ahead and spray it down because you don't want anything to stick. Okay, and now we are going to split everything up evenly into the 3 packets. And I did 3 because it's me, my husband, and my oldest son. My youngest son doesn't eat stuff like this. He eats corn on the cob and things like that, but he won't eat all this other stuff. So we just split it up 3 ways. And I apologize if you hear kids in the background. They're jumping on the trampoline right outside my window. So, you know, it is life. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and wrap them up. This is the best method that I found to make sure that the packets stay closed. You don't want any of that steam escaping while they're trying to cook in there. So wrap the top and then you'll wrap the ends. All right, let's throw these bad boys in the oven. I do 425 for 30 minutes. All right, time's up. Let's get these suckers out of here, and we're going to get some butter on them. So I'm going to take 4 tablespoons of butter, and I just want to add that we use way too much butter. I know that already, and you can use less or none at all. Do your thing. I'm going to do mine. All right, so also I went ahead and added a little bit of garlic to my butter because, as you know, I said earlier, we love garlic in this house. The more garlic, the better. All right, so let's see how they look. Oh my gosh, guys, look at that steam coming off of there. Delicious. All right, here goes that butter. This made it so delicious. All right, ring the bell because it's time to eat. Ding, ding. All right, this next meal is going to be real easy, and you probably already make something like this at your house already, but I'm going to show you how we do ours. So first you'll need the pizza crust here. I used the Mama Mary's I got at Walmart. This particular night, I'm making myself one on one of these high fiber wraps, as suggested by my friend Mary. Thanks, sister. Pepperoni, obviously. And mozzarella. Pizza sauce, Italian seasoning, and mushrooms, because yum, and of course olive oil. So first I'm going to go ahead and prepare my mushrooms. All right, so a tip from a non-pro here. Make sure you dry your mushrooms off really well. This is my method, don't laugh. But I like making people laugh, so whatever, go ahead and laugh. But you just don't want them to be watery, so dry them off really, really well. All right, so now it's time to shred the cheese, and Jeff's aunt has turned me into a cheese snob. I used to buy the pre-shredded, but she mentioned that she likes to shred it for her daughter, and I just got to thinking about that, and it doesn't compare to the pre-shredded. She's absolutely right. So it's not a fun task, and I really stink at it, but it is so worth it and delicious. Alright, don't forget to spray your pan. You don't want nothing sticking. Why do I sing when I talk? Alright, so now it is time to go ahead and get these bad boys topped. But first we're going to brush the tops with some olive oil. I don't know why. That's just what I've always done. Alright, next comes the pizza sauce. Add a little, add a lot, do what you like. Alright, I'm going to put my wrap pizza on this little pan for whatever reason. I felt like three small pizzas weren't enough for us, so turns out it would have been, but my wrap pizza was amazing. And now for the most important part, star of the show, the cheese. Alright, and now for the pepperoni. Feel free to add as many toppings as your little heart desires. We're doing pepperoni and mushroom, and of course for the boys, we're just going to do pepperoni. This is my reward for cooking. Look at all this goodness going on this pizza. Alrighty, look at that. Holy moly. Alright, 425 for 7 minutes, y'all. Time's up. Now to check on them. And I think I'm going to go ahead and broil the tops. Get that cheese a little more bubbly. Is that a word? Probably not. Alright, they're done. These were so good, y'all, and so simple. And I definitely enjoyed my little wrap there. That was a great idea. All right, the third and final meal is Greek chicken with baked potatoes and Parmesan Brussels sprouts. First, I'm going to go ahead and make the marinade for the chicken, which I will leave in the link below if you guys want to make it. Recipe calls for 1/2 cup of olive oil, but I'm going to cut it back some because I'm not using near as many chicken breasts as the recipe calls for, so this is maybe 1/4 cup. Next, you'll need lemon juice and lemon zest. I'm rolling my lemon to loosen up the juices up in there. Cut it in half and get all that yumminess on out of there. Yeah, the struggle bus over here. My lemon is too big for my little lemon squeezer thingy. I got this at the Dollar Tree, and it usually works wonderfully, but for these larger lemons, no. All right, so now we're going to zest a lemon. Get in there and get all that yumminess out. Cavender's is next, 1 teaspoon to be exact. I love this seasoning. You can use it on a lot of stuff. Poultry seasoning, also 1 teaspoon of that. Oregano leaves, 1 teaspoon of that. And last but not least, pepper to taste. I like a lot, as usual. Alright, so the chicken's been thawing in the fridge, so I'm going to go ahead and get it out now so we can get it in the marinade. The recipe says to let the marinade sit for like 6 to 8 hours, or the chicken sit with the marinade for 6 to 8 hours, or all day, but I don't have that kind of time, so I think it got about 30 minutes. Hashtag winging it. All right, you guys, time to mix her up real good. Get all those ingredients moving around in there. Yeah. All right, back in the fridge she goes. Meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and prepare my Brussels sprouts. These were almost on their last leg. So this is a crispy garlic Parmesan recipe that I found on Pinterest. I will also link that below. All right, so I'm just trying to mix it up a little because we usually make our Brussels sprouts with bacon and sometimes you just get tired of the same old thing. So I'm going to try these out. It actually turned out pretty good. Still like our bacon Brussels sprouts though. All right, to the sprouts, we're going to go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of melted butter, 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, and of course, I just eyeball it. A 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, and 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and salt and pepper. And I just put however much I like. Alright, so now the recipe says to go ahead and give it a shake, so here we go. Shake, shake, shake. Oh my gosh, this kid's always busy. Alright, so now it's time to go ahead and grate some Parmesan into the recipe. Calls for 1/4 cup, but you know, I just grate until my little heart is content. Grate, 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 grate. All right, the last ingredient is a 1/3 cup of breadcrumbs. The recipe calls for panko, but I only have Italian, so it'll do. Alrighty, and now shake what your mama gave you. Alright, so while I'm waiting on my toaster oven to warm up, I'm going to go ahead and work on these baked potatoes. I'm going to cook them in my Instant Pot. I love making potatoes in my Instant Pot because there's no guesswork. They come out perfect every time. Alright, so for medium baked potatoes, I usually do 15 minutes on manual with a 10-minute natural release. Release. You know what I mean. Alright, so the toaster oven is roaring at 400 degrees and ready for these Brussels sprouts. I usually cook them for 20 minutes and then I check on them for crispiness because Jeff really likes them crispy. Alright, so I was going to grill the chicken this night, but somehow I missed the rain in the forecast. So here we are with a stove and a pan. Just as good, right? Maybe. I don't know. Alright, so side note, our meat thermometer decided to die on us, and I keep forgetting to pick one up. So here lately, I feel like I've just been overcooking my meat, but it is what it is. I'd rather be safe than sorry. So maybe someday I'll get a new meat thermometer.
Hey, subscribe to this other Mama Drama and follow me on, play with me on Roblox. My name's Cashflow Millionaire with a capital C.
Okay. Oh, you're not getting ice cream? We haven't eaten dinner yet. No. No, not right now. All right. There you have it, guys. I think next time I'll cut back on the lemon because it was a little lemony, but it was so good. All right, guys, that is going to do it for this week's Cook With Me video. I hope you enjoyed it and will decide to come back for seconds. Just like my husband. All right, so guys, in the comments below, let me know what a meal is that you cook for your family that keeps them coming back for seconds. Just curious. Well, I will catch you guys next time. I hope everybody has a wonderful week. Bye.